Lupin and AbbVie announced a partnership to develop and commercialize a novel cancer drug. Upon successful completion of the regulatory development and commercial milestones, Lupin is eligible to receive total milestone payments of up to $947 million. Darshan Mehta caught up with Raj Kamboj of Lupin and began by asking him about the drug that the firm has out-licensed to AbbVie.
Let me regard this deal as a landmark deal, and I will elaborate that. Specifically, this particular drug has a potential to be first in class worldwide, and also has a potential to be first to market globally. And the treatment option for many of the hematological cancers today is not there, and this provides very clear potential for those cancers where there is which are difficult to treat and have little to no treatment today. And so that's part of the excitement. But let me elaborate a little bit more. First in class globally doesn't come that easy, because you have to start with a concept. You have to understand the disease pathology. You need to understand the patients. And then you need to really say, okay, now what can we modulate through a small molecule, a potential drug, which can make a difference in these patients? So we started that journey about 5 years ago. And at that point in time, there were no tractable small molecules which were available for this particular target, which is called MALT1. And we started designing these inhibitors specifically and sparing all other targets. And we were able to successfully do that and then design in pharmaceutical properties to be able to test in laboratory systems to be able to take it forward in the regulatory environment and successfully take it to the clinical development and eventually to the for the treatment option for these patients. So at the moment, we have a clinical candidate which has been very nicely optimized and in terms of having the right properties. And we tested it in extensive cancer models, and we saw great results. Not only us, the world leader in hematological cancers, very clearly AbbVie is, and they recognized the potential of this opportunity and agreed and then tested our LND 700110 in their best of the models, and really gave a green light on all of the results which we actually shared with them. They were excited, and that led to the culmination of this potential partnership, now leading to this deal today.
Dr. Kamboj, how much have you spent on R&D on this drug itself?
So we don't break it down, by program to program. I gave you the duration, but I think, as you know, roughly Lupin spends 10% of its revenues on various R&D. Total R&D spend globally for Lupin is about 10% of its revenues.
Okay, how big is the market for this? Because you started 5 years ago, where you said that there wasn't a big market. Currently, what is the competition like in this drug that that will come into the market?
So let me clarify, Darshan. I mean, the market potential is very huge. What I was highlighting was that this drug has potential to work in cancers where there is no treatment option. But it is also providing opportunity to be superior option for some of the treatments which are already currently being developed. So let me give you the market size, and we can provide you more details which are we have supported by market research references. So that in 2025, the market for hematological cancers is projected to be $80 billion worldwide. So it's a very large opportunity, and where, as you know, where there is no treatment option today, that is a very significant opportunity for it to capture a significant part of that potential.
Dr. Kamboj, can you tell us, see, right now it's in clinical. By when will this drug be ready to be marketed and come into the market? How much more time is it expected to take?
So specifically, this is still completing what we call the IND enabling studies, regulatory studies, which are required to go into patients into the clinical development. So this currently would be regarded as a preclinical development. That also is exciting that this particular size and the deal dynamics are based on three different aspects. One, the potential of the drug in areas where there is no treatment, and the opportunity of being able to provide a superior treatment for the cancers where, hematological cancers where there is some option but not satisfactory options. But also because of the unmet medical need, there is an accelerated pathway of development because regulatory pathway for opportunities like this, US FDA and European and Japanese authorities provide faster development cycles so that the drug can be provided in a faster way. And the pathways are known as accelerated pathway of development, as well as based on the clinical results could be breakthrough designations as well.
Okay, you've got $30 million as upfront payment for it, and then you said that the total milestone could be close to $950 million. This is depending on a lot of ifs and buts, right? So how did you calculate this $950 million?
So 947 million precisely is the number, and it is distributed in the various jurisdictions and multiple clinical indications because the opportunity and the potential of this drug is to go into multiple indications. And the main jurisdictions where the milestones will be attached to would be the success in US, Europe, and Japan. And each one of them will have distinct milestones to be paid upon successfully achieving those. And in addition, into multiple indications.
And just to clarify,
and then on the commercial sales, there will be double digit royalties on the commercial sales.
Okay,
yes.
Just to clarify, the commercial rights in India.
So on the
commercial rights in India will remain with Lupin, and AbbVie will market it in US, Europe, and Japan. Right? Is that where? Is that right, sir?
Yes, those three major markets, but for the rest of the world as well, they will have the commercial and marketing rights.
Okay, I was listening.
So India rights are commercialization rights.
No. I was listening to the con call, and I believe you all said that there are two other programs or two other molecules also which are into clinical phases or will get into clinical phases. Can you give us more details on what the NDD pipeline is of the company?
Sure. So the two programs which we highlighted are already in patient studies, meaning they are in clinical development stages. One of them I will start with is for solid cancer, solid tumors. And the first indication, it has a potential to go into multiple cancers, but the first indications which we are going is for non-small cell lung cancer, and specifically for RAS mutated non-small cell lung cancer, where there is worldwide no treatment. So the opportunity is very large, and in initial limited number of patients, we are seeing some good success in that program. The challenge there is RAS mutated patients are difficult to get, and so it takes slightly longer. But the opportunity for accelerated development is there, and we'll be happy to, as we get more data on that, we'll be happy to share. So that's a very decent opportunity already in patient trials. Another program is in chronic kidney disease and bone metabolism, and the product there is LNP1892. That product is actually showing great promise in the phase 2 clinical development, and it has undergone and completed in a large number of patients the double-blind study. Let me just and we also have open label arms, so that's why I can talk about the study. But let me just elaborate. When I said the chronic kidney disease and bone metabolism, both of them have an underlying pathology of hyperparathyroidism, meaning they're a high level of parathyroid hormone, which is a very important aspect for regulating your kidney function and calcium function, which is essential for your every cellular function, also for bone metabolism. It's an essential component. So for chronic kidney disease, secondary hyperparathyroidism is the underlying pathology, and there is 5 stages: stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 5 is end-stage renal disease, which is also complicated with the patients have to go undergo dialysis 3 times a week, so it's very debilitating. So this particular drug has potential to go into non-dialysis segment, where worldwide there is no treatment option available today, but also a much superior option for the chronic kidney disease patients undergoing dialysis, and many of them don't tolerate current drugs. And our drug has shown very high superiority in terms of the safety profile so far, and also is very efficacious. So those are the 2 programs we highlighted in the earlier call.